All good.
Well, I just want to welcome everybody to the Positively Charged training that we have this morning. We're going to talk about is growing your Relive business. And if you're in the business, I'm assuming that's what you're looking to do, is to grow your Relive business. So the first thing I want to talk about is you want to decide what you want from your Relive business. You want to visualize what you want your business to look like this time next year, because this is going to give you goals. And then what you're going to want to do with those goals. If you write down 5 goals, you want to concentrate. And really what I mean about goals is plans of action. What are you going to do to reach where you see your business in a year? One of the things that you can do is you can use the Relive promotions to help set your goals. And we have a new, I don't even know if it's a promotion, it's more of a challenge, but happening right now called the Summer of Sampling Challenge. And I am very blessed to have Kari Montgomery as a guest to come on, and she's going to share a little bit about what the Summer of Sampling Challenge is, but really too about what's happening with this challenge already. I think we started at June 1st. So Kari, if you could come on and just share a little bit about what the Summer of Sampling Challenge is, and then what the company is seeing with that.
Absolutely, Pam. Thank you for having me today. The Summer of Sampling Challenge is just that. It's a challenge to help people continue to take action during the summer. And what can happen when you have something that's super simple to hand out, simply follow up and get new customers. It is a fun way to share Relive. You can always use the Energize Go as a hook product to someone that may not realize that they need core nutrition, or they may not think that they need it, or they're just not interested at this time. Everyone is looking for healthy energy, and everyone is looking for ways to be able to increase their metabolism, be able to stay hydrated, especially during the summer months when it's hot and it's humid, more people are outside, they're more active, and being able to reach for something that doesn't have any sugar and doesn't have any calories in it and has a healthy form of caffeine. The Summer of Sampling Challenge was also designed and specifically to help people grow their PGPV, growing their PGPV with brand new customers and growing their PGPV with new distributors that see how simple a sampling system can work to help grow your money, or to help grow your business and put money in your pocket. And it's just as simple as putting a sample on a card and handing it to someone and saying, hey, do you like energy drinks? Do you have trouble staying hydrated? I see that you're drinking a Monster or a Rockstar or a Celsius. Would you like to try something that's a healthier option? If I give this to you, can I call you tomorrow or later today and see what you think? It's just as simple as that. It doesn't require a ton of explanation. It doesn't require going into ingredients and how it works and different things like that. It's just simple. If I give you this sample, will you try it and let me know what you think? And remember to follow up on that promise and actually follow up with them either later that day or the next day and say, what was your experience like? What did you experience? What did you see? What did you feel? Always ask an open-ended question to start that conversation versus a, did you like it? A yes or no question, because that always prompts someone to cut that conversation off with a yes or no. But if you're asking questions, you're being engaging, and you're meeting them where they're at, talking about what they experienced, and then following it up with, I love it that it helped you through your afternoon slump. Is this something that you'd like to try for 30 days to get the full idea of exactly what this product can do for you? And then follow it up however you like. If you're into coupon codes, if you're into introducing them to a preferred customer program, whatever works best for you. I always like to encourage people. Sometimes I forget when I'm excited and I'm talking to people about this product. So as my little reminder, I put a little sticky note on the card, and that's my reminder to make sure that I get their contact information. Whether it's, are you on social media? I would love to follow you. Then I have their name and I'm following them on their social media platform so I can follow up that way. Or that's my cue to say, oh, can you whip out your phone? Can you just text me your name so that I have you in my phone as contacts so that I can see what your experience is like with Go when I call you later on today or tomorrow. And I always think it's important too to ask people, how do they like to be followed up with? What's your preferred method of communication? Is it text, email, or phone call? Because I'm happy to do whichever works best for you. And that way people also know that you value their time and you value what they're interested in learning more about. The Summer of Sampling Challenge, some of the feedback that we've gotten, we have designed a system through IT that we can track brand new customers that are getting started with a Go sample and linking those to the distributor that got them started. So we're keeping track of all the distributors that are bringing on brand new people with Go, and they can be purchasing other products at the same time. That's fine. They'll still show up on that report. We're tracking how many distributors sell how many boxes of Go, whether it be repeat customers because they've fallen in love with the product and they've become raving fans, or if they're brand new. And we're also keeping in touch with those customers. We're only about 2.5 weeks into it, so our numbers are still growing, but starting next week, I'll be starting to make some more phone calls to those people that are at the top portion of that list and asking them, how are you introducing Go? What verbiage are you using that we can then share with other people so that more distributors can have continued success, as well as asking them how they're following up and if they're getting people on a preferred customer program, if they're talking about the auto ship program for an additional savings, one less thing the customer has to worry about each month, and how many of those customers over the 80 days, well, we're less than 80 days now leading up to conference, have the Go sales led to other sales, because we are starting to hear stories of someone that gets started on Go, has great results for a month, month and a half, and then says, what else do you have? Because they're loving the product and they're falling in love and with the know, like, and trust with the distributor that introduced them to the product as well. So those are some things that we're tracking and looking for. And we are looking for the best of the best business stories of how people used the Go sample as a tool to be able to grow their PGPV. And we'll be featuring some of those at conference in August. So this is just an exciting challenge to be able to push yourself a little bit more, especially during the summer months when some of you may be thinking, oh, I'm going to put my Relive business on the back burner until conference because I have XYZ going on and the kids are home from school and everyone has things on their plate. But this is such a simple sampling strategy that you can do this anywhere, anytime, and think of all the different places that you're going over the summer. Family reunions, class reunions, picnics, corporate events, all sorts of things outside that give you ample opportunity to be able to hand out a sample a day, if that's what you've committed to doing. And here's another tip for you. If you are interested in doing this and you're thinking, oh, it's too late for me, it's never too late to start with a challenge. You might just blow past some of those people that have been doing it for 2.5 weeks already. And the whole goal is to be better today with your Relive business than you were yesterday. And if it's something as simple as handing out a sample a day and that helps you grow your business, well, then you're on your way to even bigger and better things. I would also encourage you, if you choose to do it or if you are doing it, to grab an accountability partner, not your best friend, because you want someone that if you need a kick in the butt every once in a while, she's going to give it to you. So if you're slacking off and you've committed to yourself and you've made the commitment to your accountability buddy that you are going to hand out 5 samples a week or 5 samples, a day, whatever it is that you've set your goal, when she and you check in with each other, and it can be just a simple text. It doesn't have to be an hour phone call unless that's what you want it to be. But when you're checking in and she asks you, okay, are you on track? Are you using the tracking sheet that you can download on the Energize Go landing page? Are you using that? Have you handed out your samples? If you say no, she's going to, a good accountability buddy will say, okay, how can we get you back on track? Because we need to make up for lost time because you promised yourself you were going to do this to help grow your business and grow your PGPV. So, bound together, when you work with someone together and someone's counting on you to do your end of the bargain, you're more apt to do it. It's more fun and you have a higher success rate of reaching more wins with that. Pam, I don't know if you have any questions with that, or if there's anything that I may have missed or anything else you'd like me to touch on.
Actually, no, I'd just like to emphasize a little bit. I know one of the things I found successful with this sampling is we've talked about it as being strategic in who you give these samples to. It isn't just about passing out a bunch of samples, and really the key is in the follow-up as well. Because I know that I have one lady that I asked to talk to, and she was not interested in any kind of supplementation at all. She wasn't one that was a good one to give a sample to. So I'm not forcing things on people, but you know, you never know. Like the lady I just bought my new workout shoes from, she runs, and she was interested in trying it for working out. And I have found, I was thought it'd be better for me to be on, telling them too, when they need a pick-me-up to try it. Instead of, or when they normally drink a cup of coffee for a pick-me-up or something like that. That's when it's a great place to give it a try, instead of when you have a lot of energy and you're just going to drink it anyway. And then it's all about the flavor. So, but share a little bit on the key is the follow-up, because I think, you know, we can hand out the samples if you start thinking about that, but that follow-up is really where you grow your business.
Well, the follow-up is where the magic happens. You're absolutely right, Pam. And one thing too, if you could, I mean, of course we can mail the samples out, right? But we want to be strategic in who we're giving them to and making sure that it's a serious prospect for us, right? Because this is an investment, and I'll talk about promo one here in just a second. But it's an investment in your business, but you always want to be strategic with it. You don't want to write anyone off or prejudge anyone, but you want them to be serious about taking the sample. If you have an opportunity to get someone to try the sample with you, or at the time that you're there, say for instance, there was an example given at GAT earlier this week that I thought was just an amazing example. Is this guy, you know, this was for another product, but you could easily use this with Go. He's on the golf course, right? And he's golfing with his foursome or whatever. And I don't golf, can you tell? And anyway, he opened up whatever it was that he was selling and poured it in his water and shook it up. And some people were like, hey, what's that? Oh, it's a blah, blah, blah. I've got more. Would you like to try one? He mixes it up for them right there. They drink it. He drops it, right? They go on and they talk their guy stuff and they talk their golfing business. They do their game at the end. At the end of the golf game, he looks at him. So what do you think? He's like, oh my gosh, I really like this. Would you like to try it for 30 days? You know, it's things like that, just incorporating it into your lifestyle. And he didn't sell him anything. He's like, here, I want you to experience this, try this. And if you hand a sample to someone, they're like, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm going to try it this afternoon. Awesome. I'll text you later because I want to know what your experience was. Using the word experience kind of creates that little bit of a mystery because you're going to feel something within 20, 30 minutes after taking Go. And those are always key points. But the follow-up is key. I think it's something crazy, like 48% of people in the direct selling market. This is not a Relive statistic. This is an industry statistic. Like 48% of people never follow up. So you never get the sale. And sometimes when you follow up, you may have to follow up 2 or 3 times, because to us, this is important that you try this today, or I wouldn't have given it to you because it's that good, right? But it may end up on the kitchen counter on top of the mail pile, right? I'll go through that later. I'll try that later. Or they throw it in their car and I'll try it tomorrow. I'll try it tomorrow. And I'm not saying you need to follow up with someone every single day and like be this hound dog, but make sure you kind of trickle up, you know, even if it's a quick text message, hey, you know, last time we talked, you were going to try it before your workout. What was your experience? And they'll either say, oh, I forgot, or I'm going to do it today. Awesome. I can't wait to hear what you think. I'll text you later. So they know that you're going to kind of catch up with them and text. And it doesn't have to be this long conversation. It can be just something super simple and super short as well.
Good example of that is I just had somebody I teach fitness classes with, who I gave her a sample. Bible study together as well. And I gave her a sample probably 2.5 weeks ago. Never was able to get a hold of her. Saw her the other day and she hadn't tried it yet. She tried it. She's ordering. We got her set up as a customer and she's ordered. She goes, I love it. It works.
Awesome.
So that follow-up is key.
Absolutely.
Emphasize that getting that, remembering that the follow-up really is key, because like you said, it's important to us, but it's not important to them until they experience it.
Right. Now we do have a summer of sampling check-in call every other Tuesday. Our next one is going to be on the 28th. Anyone and everyone is welcome. The field receives an email reminder the morning of with the link, and it is translated into Spanish for the U.S. Hispanic market. So if you have anyone in your downlines that are U.S. Hispanic Spanish speaking, there will be an availability on that call for them to listen to everything in Spanish as Marcia does the translations for us. So keep that in mind. There are tracking sheets that you can download on the Energize Go landing page in both Spanish and English. If you're one that likes to see that tracking sheet, and yes, I handed out my sample and do your check marks and stuff, that's there for you. There's also a QR code on that, and I believe the QR code is also in the email. If you wanted to join the GroupMe, it's a free app for Android and iPhones. You can join, you can share your wins. We kind of share some inspiration and some tips and celebrate each other when we're getting new customers and different things like that. It's nothing you have to do. It's just there and available if you want to use it as a tool to help keep you on track with what you promised yourself that you were going to do for the sampling challenge.
And I will post the Energize Go landing page in the Positively Charged Facebook page so you guys
Awesome.
be able to get to it. Just real quick, thank you so much for doing this real quick. One way that you can stay on top of knowing what your business is about is the new videos by Peter Grissom. He just did one on Energize Go last week. He's doing live product calls. Talk real quick about that where people can get on that and get knowledge.
Peter is going to be doing a 15-minute, my guess is it's going to be a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but a 15-minute live product call every single Wednesday, 9 Eastern time, 8 Central time, 7 Mountain time on the private official Relive Distributors Facebook page for now. He will do a product, he will talk about the product for about 7-8 minutes, then he'll open it up for some questions in the chat. Following that, I will post a recap of key takeaways, and I'll share a couple of key takeaways that I got, and we're encouraging distributors to also post 1 or 2 takeaways that they got from watching Peter, because Peter's videos are more of a tool for you to grow your business and your PGPV than you might be thinking. He's a plethora of information. He can talk about the products in a way that makes you want to buy it even if you're not on it, and he's not selling anything. He's just talking about what's in it for you if you take these products. What can you expect? What will it do for you in 30, 60, 90 days? And he has this gift of laying it out in a simple way. So take 1 or 2 of those nuggets that really spoke to you and use his language. Use those nuggets to share that with a potential customer, to help them better understand how this particular product could benefit them. That's the key, is using the information that he's giving, sharing it on your calls, sharing it with your downline, sharing it with customers, and using that verbiage and language to help people better understand the gift that Relive has and the potential for great health that we offer. This coming week on Wednesday, Peter's going to talk about reverse age. And everything on that call is going to be about reverse age, what it can do for you, how to take it, when to take it, why you need it, especially when it comes to healthy aging, which is a niche that we're going to be tapping into greatly, and you're going to be learning more about at conference in August. So this is a great way to be able to get your teams on these calls. At this moment, the only way you can share these calls that Peter does is tapping the 3 dots on the Facebook page and sharing them with a distributor who is also in the group if they missed it. What we will be doing in the next coming weeks is we're going to shorten some of those calls with the essential information that Peter delivers and putting it in a library of sorts in the back office for anyone to be able to also share with their potential customers. Because right now you can't share it with a customer because they're not part of the private page. But we're going to be shrinking those down, keeping those super simple, making sure everything is in compliance before we post those for you guys to be able to share with customers to use as a tool to help you grow your PGPV.
That's Relive, always trying to make it easier for us. Kari, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I appreciate you taking the time to do it because I know how busy you are.
Of course, it's all good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. And you know what, just real quickly, I'd like to have Lauren Dorman come on because I know she is one of the top people really crushing the summer of sampling. So Lauren, if you could come on, just share real quickly, what you're doing and what you're seeing so far with the sampling challenge.
Okay, well, first, well, thank you, Pam, for having me. But I want to say that first, it's because I'm so excited about this product. My husband and I had gone away for a month in May, and I was able to take it every day. And we were in Florida playing a lot of tennis, and I just saw how my game improved. So I was so excited, and then I started sharing with people on the tennis court and the pool and everything. They started getting results, so my excitement's through the roof. But if I think about sharing these samples, I think about A, B, and C. Number one, A, approach the person with excitement. I think there's so much psychology in the whole process of being excited about something that I think that that's very important as we're sharing this sample. Secondly, the B of A, B, and C is be prepared. I can't tell you the opportunities I missed because I didn't have the card with me. It wasn't easy accessible. So right now I'm really trying to be super prepared that in the event I see somebody that I have the card right with me. So approach with excitement, be prepared. And the last one is coupons. Like someone said, scoring a deal makes everybody feel great. So if I can give them a coupon or show them the value of that these products are much less than that premium coffee they're drinking or the ice, whatever, a latte, that if they feel like they're getting a really good deal, that's going to be a win-win for all of us. So just by following that A, B, and C, I just have been going to my neighbors and especially going through my genealogy, all the distributors, customers, and even former distributors and customers. And it's amazing how many people want to try it because it's so different. And this is what makes sharing this so easy for me. I love gifting somebody with something, like approaching somebody with a gift. So I don't feel in my mind I'm trying to sell them something, I'm giving them something. So it's just made this sampling so easy to share.
That's exactly it. And I love the ABC part of it, especially the approach with the excitement. Laura, and if you know what, one of the things to do, like you said, you've tried it, you love this product. That's one of the things to do is try this product and try it when you need a boost and see what it can do for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Well, hopefully this has helped you guys a little bit on what the summer sampling challenge is doing. Guys, it's a great way to stay consistent in your business and just maybe inject even some new excitement into your business. If you're struggling to really get excited again, grab a hold of this, and it's something that you can be accountable for. It's something very simple, but it's something you can also be very consistent with on a day-to-day basis in doing your business. So, and also don't forget, we're talking about some of the things that you can use. Kari mentioned the conference that's coming up August 19th and 20th in St. Louis. Registration fee is $149. What do you get from that? $5 from that actually goes to the Clockers Foundation, which is fantastic. You'll also get a box lunch, but what you're going to get is a totally different experience, even if you've been to other Relive conferences. This is going to be a wellness conference, and the wealth of information that you're going to get and the excitement that you're going to get from being there, not to mention, as always, the networking you're going to be able to do at conference. You're going to get to see people who are excited like you. You're going to get to know each other, exchange ideas, exchange stories, exchange numbers, and that'll just give you the tools to help you move forward in this business. So we're talked about promo 1, 2, and 3. And promo 1, like I said, you can use the promos to build your business. Promo 1, you can earn free product. You have 5 customers who order at least $100 worth of product in a month, you get $100 worth of free product. If you have 10 customers, you get $200 worth of free product, and so on and so on. You can do the multiplication. 15 customers, $300 worth of product, free product. Guys, who doesn't love free product? I do too. And actually, one of the things with that promo 1, if you're earning that free product, that is the way you can order your Energize Go boxes to hand out as samples. So there's not even an investment in there. Promo 2 is when you sponsor 2 quick starts within a month, you get a $100 bonus. When you sponsor a 3rd one in that same month, you get an extra $150. So you could actually earn $250 just by sponsoring 3 quick starts in the same calendar month. And then promo 3, when you help someone get to master affiliate, you're going to earn $100 bonus. This is someone who's never been a master affiliate before with Relive, not somebody who's back to requalifying. You get another $125 bonus. So you can use these promos as goal sets or ways to set goals. You can use these to kind of track what you're doing in your business too. For that promo 1, the summer sampling challenge, I will tell you that will start you into the promo 1. But what happens when you do follow up with those people and they get excited and want to share with other people? You can work into promo 2 and promo 3 along the way. It's kind of like if you notice the arrows point to each other, you can actually use that to move people forward through the promos. One of the things that's always been consistent in Relive though is the stories. And stories speak to the heart. People buy on emotion. People buy on something they're emotionally tied to. And a story is distinctly human. It's hardwired into our DNA. It activates the emotional part of the brain. It aids the memory. It really, like when you see facts and figures, a lot of times you're not going to remember anything about that product. But if you hear stories of what's happened for people with that product or maybe doing the business, that's when people get emotionally tied to it because it activates that part of the brain. And I've got some people who have volunteered to share, or I shouldn't say volunteered, they've agreed to share, which I so appreciate. And I'm going to stop real quick to see Catherine Lightpole. Were you able to get on?
I'm here.
You made it. Fantastic. If you could give a quick share of what really for you, that'd be great.
Hi, everybody. My name is Catherine Leipold. I am a high school math teacher. And when I first started on Relive, I didn't think I needed the products because I had just run my first marathon and was very much, not thinking I needed it, but I was intrigued by all the things that I was hearing and listened. I went on to try the products because of all the wonderful things I heard. And some of the things issues people were having, I had never heard of before. So I just wanted to avoid it. I got started for maintaining good health. And that's what I've seen. I've been on the products for 20 years now. And I know that because I use the products as prenatals and my daughter is 20 years old and had the easiest of all 3 of my pregnancies. I was 40 years old when she was born. I also use the products as to help with marathon training and just again to maintain my good health. I turned 60 years old this year and I have more energy than many people in my life. My students every day say, I don't know how you can have so much energy at the beginning of the day and still have that same amount of energy at the end of the day. But I know that Relive is a big part of it and I will always be on these products.
Fantastic. And I know it. I know how consistent you are. Catherine, thank you so much for sharing. And I would suggest real quickly, if you're on this call or you're on this Zoom, you should be having a pen and paper and writing down these stories and these names, because these are things that you will be able to share with other people that you're talking to. So I'm going to go now over Debbie Witkowski. If you could come on and share how Relive is blessed you, that'd be great.
Good morning. I can't seem to start my video. So if you want to start it, otherwise I'm happy just to share without a video. Let's see. There we go. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am Debbie Witkowski, and I'm from Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. I actually got started with Relive because I was looking for an extra form of income. I actually thought I was pretty healthy and wasn't looking specifically for nutrition. But when I decided to get involved with the business, I said, well, I'll take the products because I need to be a product of my products. And what I found was it's amazing what you learn to live with, because I had learned to live with and ignore things like headaches and allergies and restless legs and lack of energy. So getting started on the products, the first thing I noticed was an increase in energy, just like Catherine had shared. I also got really great results with my seasonal allergies. I noticed after a couple of months, hey, I'm not having those daily headaches anymore. And actually, one of the things I was most happy about was restless legs, because I used to deal with it a couple of nights a week where I would just be so uncomfortable at night right before I was getting ready to go to bed. My legs just couldn't get comfortable. So I wondered I wonder what happened if I took a shake. And so I took a shake, and about 20 minutes later, my like peaceful, I could sleep peacefully. I really never have to, experience restless legs anymore. But I know if I take a shake, when I do, then it's a done deal. My leg will feel better in about 20 minutes, which I love. Back in 19, I was diagnosed with disease, and I ended up just changing my diet a little bit and changing my product and the capsules, which I had been ended up that way. And I also shakes from 2 days to day from that mixed level to be more proactive. And I've been able to manage Hashimoto's without any medication since 2019. So I am thrilled about that, and I will be taking these products. Thank you.
What I want to do is listen to these stories as somebody who does not know. Think of what those stories, how they're going to speak to somebody who doesn't even know what Relive is. Understand as distributors, a lot of times what we do is we look at everything through our own eyes. I've been with Relive over 20 years. I'm really excited about Relive. I'm in love with Relive. But somebody who doesn't know anything about it has a total outlook on it. So when they hear the stories, how it will affect them. So you want to listen to these stories as if you don't know anything about Relive. And I have one more story, fantastic lady who's blessed a lot of lives as well. Mindy Jones, if you could come on and share how Relive's blessed you, that'd be great.
I'd love to. Well, good morning, everybody. I am Mindy Jones from Atlanta, Georgia, and Relive found me 32 years ago. At the time, I owned a ladies' clothing store. I was working 60 hours a week. I was tired, run down, stressed out, and broke. And I had been on a search for about a year looking for a way to come home and be a full-time mom to my 4-year-old daughter. Relive came into my life through a friend, and I went out to a presentation and heard stories just like you heard today. And I thought, what if? I didn't think I needed the products. I was kind of like Debbie. I thought I was pretty healthy, but I decided I needed to be on these products if I was going to go out and share them. And within 10 days of being on the products, I felt like I woke up for the first time since I was a teenager. Like a fog lifted off my brain. I started thinking more clearly, having better mental acuity, started waking up in the morning before my alarm clock, and I added 3 productive hours to my day at the end of every day. My cravings for chocolate went away, and I lost 10 pounds without trying in my first 30 days. Within 3 months, I was no longer anemic, and my doctor took me off my iron supplements. My blood's been perfect ever since. I've been able to start donating blood. I quit having fever blisters. I used to get those 3 or 4 times a year. I've had one in 32 years, and that one result would keep me on these products forever. Quit having leg cramps. The condition my skin started improving. And fast forward to today, I've been through menopause. I never had hot flashes, night sweats, or mood swings. I'm 65 years old now, and I feel just as good at 65 as I did at 33 when I got started on these products. I mean, you couldn't take these products away from me. And I think my best results would be prevention. But I joined in the business because I wanted to help other people. I started thinking about all these people in my life, and I thought, how can I know about something like this that could potentially change their life and not go share it with them? So I came in at the top profit level and just went out and put a leash on that product and followed it around. It never let me down. It took me to the most amazing people and places. And I was able to get to an income level where I was earning a 6-figure income in my very first year. That allowed me to sell my store and come home and be a full-time mom, which was the happiest day of my life. And today my business is growing right from my kitchen table all around the world. It's now in 14 different countries. And I'll tell you what, it's so nice. I can wake up every day and decide what I want to do, not based on a time clock, not based on a paycheck, but based on what's in my heart. And I'm getting paid today off of work I did 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and 30 years ago. I literally could retire today and never work again, and my income would just keep coming in. It has been a blessing I could have never imagined. And I love to travel, and the Relive has sent me on 100 and gosh, now 14. I just got back from a trip on Wednesday, 114 all expense paid trips with the company. So I'm literally learning my geography through Relive, and I'm so grateful that I have something that I can go out and bless other people's lives with.
You truly are. You are definitely, you have made a difference in so many people's lives. Mindy, thank you so much for sharing. And, you know, whether you want to build your business big or you just want to help a few people, the steps that you take are really going to be the same. It's all about a plan of action. So what are you going to do today to achieve your goals? Because one of the things with building a business, and any business that you're in, it's called consistency. It's doing something on a consistent basis. So you want to write down and plan out what you're going to do. Be specific and schedule it into your planner or calendar. My phone is my calendar, and I put in calls I'm going to make, things I'm going to do. If I don't know the exact time, I'll just pick a time so it reminds me. I'll just put a time in there, and then I can do it when I want to, but it's in my daily activities. It's in my calendar so that I do it. You write them down, you share them with accountability partners. That is one of the big things, you know, Kari talked about getting an accountability partner for the summer sampling challenge. Accountability is just that little extra motivation, because we don't want to let other people down. And we don't want to say we're going to do something and then be somebody who really doesn't. We want to be that person that does what they say they're going to do. So having that accountability partner, whether it's an upline, crossline, whoever it is, helps keep you consistent on doing what you need to do and commit to doing them. You can make excuses or you can build a business. It really, a lot of times the excuses we're making are the reasons that we need to be building this business. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of money. I can't do this. I can't do that. That's a lot of times the reasons we need to be building this business. So take those excuses that you want to use and turn them into motivation to actually commit to doing them. And then have them around. Have your goals around the house. Have your goals in your face right here, reminding you what you're looking for, because this is a delayed gratification business. What you do today, you have these the benefits down the road. So keeping those goals and what you're going to do down the road right in front of you will keep you moving forward and understand that it's coming. You can have progress or excuses, but you can't have both. So now go get it. Know your business. We're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about XR in a little bit different way. The 3 C's of life. I love this: choices, chances, and changes. Because you got to make the choice to take a chance if you want anything to change. In other words, you have to move forward. So you want to take that action. Know your business. One of the things about knowing your business, you know, those calls that are available, there's so much available to you to understand Relive. What do you do as a Relive distributor? What's special about the Relive products? What are you excited about the Relive products? And why would people choose Relive over other competitors? There's other products out there. Why is Relive so special? And what are the emotional reasons people will choose Relive? And actually, why are the emotional reasons people will choose you? When you show people that you care about them, when you show people what can benefit them, you show that you're trustworthy, you show that you're honest, that you show that you have integrity, people oftentimes are going to choose you over, and that Relive product over another competitor, not because so much of the product and because they don't know it yet. They don't believe in it yet, but they're going to choose it because of you and how you treat them. An interesting story, because we get so worried about making the sale. I had somebody try the Energize Go and wasn't really keen on it. And I said, you know what? He thought he got the jitters. He thought maybe it's too much caffeine. This is a man who drank Coke all the time. He drank 3 cans of Coke a day. So maybe it's too much caffeine. And I said, you know what? Maybe it is. It's about twice the amount that's in a can of Coke. Maybe it is too much caffeine for you. You know, and he goes, I did drink it all at once. Well, because I wasn't trying to sell him something. I wasn't trying to figure out a way to get him to do it again and try to, you know, I have to say in my old day, I probably would have tried to find a way to just get him to try it again or do something different or whatever. But instead, what he said is, I don't know if I want to do it every day, but I think I'd like this for long drives. And then he started talking about he didn't sleep. So we started talking about what we could do to help him sleep, but he ended up buying 5 sticks of the Energize Go so that he had it for when he would drive, because I didn't try to force it on him. And I was listening to him and what we could do for him, not what it could do for me. And that's the key. You have to show people you care about them. You have to honestly care about them, not just show it. So how do you know your business? Go through the XR. You identify where to find new people. You know, there's new people everywhere. But like we were talking about the summer sampling challenge, you want to be strategic on what you're doing. I mean, there's the social media, there's friends, past Relive people, especially with these new products. You have an opportunity to help reintroduce them to Relive, get them re-excited about Relive, You're going to get referrals, networking groups. These are all just different ways where there's people that could be new, meaning they haven't been using Relive for a while, they haven't been in the business for a while, or they're brand new and don't know anything about Relive, or they have never been with Relive. The key is, whose needs can you meet is the question you're asking. Not who can build my business for me, who can make my business grow, but whose needs can you meet? Because when you meet those needs, that's when your business is going to grow. Because when people's needs are met, they also will either share it with other people themselves, or they're going to refer people because they're going to believe in it right along with you. So how do you know whose needs you can meet? Not going in with an agenda when you're meeting somebody, but to listen to them, to truly listen to what's going on in their life, truly understand what's going on in their life. When you listen with both ears, instead of trying to talk and sell right away, you're going to hear needs, and you'll understand how you can introduce Relive to them to meet their needs. Then you have to connect with them, plain and simple. And you can choose how to connect with people. You can do it through texting. You can do it through phone calls. You can do it in person. You can do it in so many different ways, but you have to connect with them in the first place. But when you connect, and this is the same whether it's on social media or online or in person, you want to be yourself. You hear Lauren talk about approach them with excitement. How are you when you're excited? Be yourself, be excited about what you have a hold of. And again, you're going to focus on them. Ask them questions about what's going on. Ask them questions that you can learn more about them. Because as you learn more about them, you're going to start to build a relationship with them. And when you have that relationship, that's when people move forward. People want to know, like, and trust you, and that's when they move forward with it. Now, some people you've already got that. Some people you already have relationships with, like your family, like your friends, your relatives, you have that relationship. So, but still putting out there how their needs can be met and what's going on with them instead of how they can build your business is the key to it. And then being trustworthy and honest, plain and simple. You're going to share. That's the next thing you're going to do. What pain or need do they have, and how are you going to address that? How will their life be better with Relive? And how list, 5 benefits that they'll experience. That's one thing, like Kari was talking about, the facts that these videos that Peter is doing about the benefits of the products. You guys, you'd be surprised. I learned more about Energize Go, and I've already been handing samples out just from that video last week. How you're going to show them is through the stories. And actually, like with the sampling, giving them a chance to try it, like with the Energize Go, you can do that with the sampling there. That's a fantastic way to do it because they see immediate benefits. It's one of those they can see immediate benefits. And incidentally, if you don't know right now, the orders that are going out at Relive, starting on the 13th of this month, so it's been going a few days now, they're getting a free snap, the Protect Snap. Great way to call people that you've got in your organization who are getting orders, who are getting that snap, who don't know anything about it, calling them, sharing with them some of the benefits that can come from that, and following up with them when they try it. So just so you guys know, it gives you an opportunity just to ask have one more connection with them and introduce them to something different. But you're going to show them how Relive can meet their needs, and how you're going to show that, again, do what works in their life. Do what will work with them. Will it be a phone call? Will it be a story via 3-way call? Will it be a text? Will it be a Facebook message? However they like to be communicated with is the way you want to go about it, because that's when you're going to have more success when you get into their realm, not yours. So there's 3-way calls, there's with other distributors. You can do the power hours where you're sharing stories, recorded stories, Facebook pages. There's some Facebook pages out there with stories, especially with your organization, our official Relive Independent distributor page. You can tag people in that so they see it. There's also one with, I think it's These Products Work. Also, you can use that. There's webinars that people can get on, conference calls that they can listen to that are happening. The short and sweet call on Thursday nights is fantastic because it's short and it's sweet. But there's also Facebook Messenger. There's texting, there's emailing, there's all different ways. And you can do stories with all of these as well. It isn't just sending facts and figures. You can also do stories, but understand how they like to be communicated with. I've got some people I could never get on a phone call, but I can text them. I can text them stories. We can do that. And they'll do that. I got some people who do not want to get on webinars, but they'll get on a Zoom with me. And I can get them stories. I can find out how they're doing. I can do their follow-up with them. So figure out what method of communication and educating them about Relive and broadening their understanding of it and helping them get results along the way. Figure out what method works best for them. And you have so many tools to use to connect with people and to share the information. There's so many different tools available. That's the beauty of it. So we can meet just about everybody's needs. So you're going to focus on how you can help them, what the vision of Relive is for them. Notice I've said them a lot this morning. What are their pain points? Where are their pain points? And sometimes they don't even know they have pain points. So that's why you're listening. You know, a lot of times, very often, especially right now, it's health. They're looking for something either to help their health get better or to maintain what they have. And you can show them how Relive can help them with that. Very often right now, finances are an issue and people can't see, they can't see a way out of where they're at. They can't see a solution. And for some people, it's social. It's just knowing that somebody cares about them and they can interact with somebody. And sometimes that's enough for them to just stick with Relive and continue moving forward. They're going to see results. We know that, but sometimes it's the social aspect that's keeping them there. So make sure that you understand and build that relationship with them so that you can show them not just even just initially what Relive can do for them, but also as you go through that follow-up, what I like to call customer care, helping them to get results, helping them to understand Relive more. You will have basically a customer or a distributor for life if you continue to do that. So then you're going to ask for a decision. What's their need? Really just where do you see Relive working for you? What benefits are you looking from Relive? Where does Relive fit in? How would you like to get started? You know, where do you see themselves in Relive? You have to ask that open-ended question, kind of like Kari was talking about earlier. Not a yes or no. Are you interested? Would you like to try the products? Would you like to do the business? But instead, ask them a leading question. And this is just a suggestions. You can use what works best for the situation that you're in with these people. Get a leading question to get them talking back to you, to sharing where they're at, what thought process is going through, what their thought process is. So that's how you know where to help them get started. And when they're ready to get started, any decision to get started with Relive is a good decision because it starts them on that journey of getting better health, could be better finances, to being a center of influence to other people. So what you're going to do is you're going to help them get registered. And you want to do this with them if at all possible. What you're going to do is say, hey, let's go ahead. Let's get you registered right now. We can log in. A lot of times I've had people say, just get me registered. And I've done it for them. But help them do it one way or the other. Either do it with them or help them do it. Because just taking that little bit of time, number one, you make sure that it gets done correctly, that it gets done, and that you care enough that you're going to spend that time. This isn't just about making a sale. And they're going to see that. Then you can set them up to let them know. I always say, you get me with these products. I'm going to be there to help you get the best results. Key is that we talked about it, stay consistent. You want to do something every day with your Relive business, even if it's just one handing out the sample this summer and then following up on it. So focus on the income producing activities. What that means is that means you're introducing people to Relive and you're helping those people currently on Relive get results and fall in love with Relive, keeping them educated on it. Income producing activities are not organizing your desk. Setting goals isn't an income producing activity until you start taking action towards those goals. And then make a long-term commitment to your success. Again, this is a delayed gratification business. This isn't an all at once, you're going to see everything just explode. This is a long-term, basically, when you, like a farmer that plants seeds, they plant the seeds and they don't harvest the next day. they harvest down the road. Now each plant has a different growing period. So when they harvest may be different, maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe 6 months down the road. Each person that you're talking to with Relive as they're moving forward may have a different growing period as well. But make a long-term commitment to yourself. If you continue to let people know that Relive is there, what it can do for them, and then help them get their results, and then share with other people if they want to, and continue to do it, you will grow a business. How big it is depends on how much action you take, and how stable it is depends on how much action you take. It's really up to you. But if you commit to doing those things every single day, you're going to build a business with Relive. Let's go do it. And don't forget to register for conference.
Thanks everyone for being on training today and reaching out and wishing a happy Father's Day to any of those that might be celebrating. And we all have a father, so hopefully we can celebrate them as well. Have a wonderful Relive weekend. Maybe in those groups that you're in, there might be an opportunity to share a sample of Relive Go, or just share Relive. So anyone have any final things that they would like to say?
Just make it a great week.
Thanks, Robert. Stop the recording.